Mr. Siraj Hussain, Mr. Prasad, other dignitaries, and ladies and gentlemen. Continuing from where Ms. Sangeeta Reddy and Mr. J. Chaudhary had left, let me just focus on why we believe there is next wave of opportunities in agribusiness and food processing part of the Food 360 chain. You know, a lot of you would have had some difficulty coming in this morning into this part of the event, because this is being run parallel to the World Agricultural Forum. When we wanted to run it in parallel, we didn't anticipate the logistical nightmare you would have in walking in here. I think part of that happened because of some farmers' agitation yesterday and day before. But this theme of saying next wave of opportunities in the agri-business and food was to complement the focus that the World Agriculture Forum was having on agriculture per se and the small farming holders, as well as to complement the district level programs that we had conducted over the year. So there are 5 good reasons as to why we believe there are next wave of opportunities. Mr. Chaudhary also talked about some frustrations. Obviously, when there is a next big wave, it's not easy to catch something like that. One has to go through those kind of obstacles to actually catch. So as a theme, I would like to say as to how attractive this opportunity is, so that notwithstanding the obstacles that one might encounter, you would still pursue that path, and we will still have Mr. Chaudhary continuing to guide the Food 360 going forward as well. The first is that, the food processing sector, which is a vital link between agriculture and the industrial sectors, has been growing at least twice as fast as agriculture itself. We know that agriculture is, over the last few years, has done better than the previous period and has been growing within 3 and 4%. Food processing has grown at least twice as much. I think 11%, as Sangeeta was saying, which with respect to agriculture, food, and the level of informal sector that is there, informal sector is there, almost no number is right. And every number is also right. And all that one needs to consider is that you put even one more zero, it will still be right to a number. So 1 lakh crores, you add another zero, it might become 10 lakh crores. The basic point from a micro perspective is really that it is really large and it is growing fast. The idea there is that if it is growing faster than agriculture sector, essentially it means that food processing sector is consuming a lot of agriculture produce that is already currently being produced. The next wave of opportunity is really in reversing this activity, which is what we are seeing already happening, that agriculture will start producing as per the specifications of what the food processing industry requires. And when that happens, it really is going to create a momentum for the next wave. And that in turn is supported by the changing consumer habits in food. So far, as you know, over the first 5 decades or so, India was always struggling with food shortages, and therefore producing more to feed was the primary goal. But now with increasing incomes as well as the growing awareness, there is need for, from a consumer perspective, more variety, more quality, more convenience, both in buying as well as consuming, as well as safety. I think a number of new needs are emerging. So therefore, food processing and agribusiness will support that need. In turn, will require agriculture to produce as per those specifications rather than trying to process what is already produced. So that is the first trigger as to why we would see this next wave, which is linked to the consumer trends and therefore demand from the food processing industry. Then, unlike a factory where you can say, I'll have every single piece that is produced in a factory will be identical, agriculture cannot be like that. Especially when there are several small farmers As you know, India is made up of some 120 million farmers and nearly 100 plus million of them are small farmers. So therefore, if you want to produce as per specifications in small farms, that's a tough kind of activity. But this is also now being made possible. We have seen several islands of excellence already with government policies supporting formation of farmers organizations. Farmers grouped together in different forms, whether it is cooperatives or in producer companies or in different kind of self-help groups or different kinds of clubs. There are different names through which farmers are coming together. That has one institutional setup to be able to interface. And government is also financially supporting the agricultural extension. But the next wave of opportunity in relation to this is in what we would call a completely new domain which will get created in this sector, that is called the agri-services. The services still need to reach the farmer, be it in terms of agricultural extension, risk management solutions, farm mechanization. How do you interface between farmers and the processing industry, or the retail and the consumption end? So a lot of these are going to be activated through what we would call agri-services. It's an yet emerging kind of sector, early days over the last 2-3 years. But I think a significant opportunity on this going forward, and that's the second driver for the next wave. Coming to the third, as it is, the investments in agribusiness and food processing sector have been growing, and while the food processing output itself was growing at something like 11%, the food processing sector and agribusiness sector investments, including some other services like warehousing and some of those kind of areas, at over 20% per annum in the last few years. And one of the interesting things here is that the job multiplier of this sector is far higher than many other sectors. So if you know the Indian growth story over the last 20 years, there's one concern that everybody has, and government in particular, is that it is not as much a job-led growth as there is a growth which we still would like to make it inclusive and job-led. So given the opportunity to make this as a job-led growth through agribusiness and food processing, besides the livelihoods it will support in agriculture itself, this is going to be a sector of thrust, and a fair amount of resources provided straddling across the agri and food 360 chain by the government, and therefore that also sets in motion the next wave of opportunity. So it is not just government support and the enthusiasm of entrepreneurs that will take us forward, but a new ecosystem is also developing. Mr. Chaudhary mentioned about venture capitalists and some early stage, and while this is still coming together, but I think the amount of interest that we have seen from the venture capitalists as well as private equity funds in agribusiness and food processing was like never before. That growth is going to complement the rest of the opportunities that exist in this sector, and not only funds, but more interestingly, the management practices from elsewhere in the world. Appropriate need to be obviously adopted for the Indian conditions, but that together is also going to deliver certain momentum to this next wave. And lastly, the fifth trigger is it's not just the Indian consumers with which I had started, but even the global market is looking at India as a source of agri and food products. Currently already between the agri and food sector, the exports are over $36 billion out of India. That's almost 12% of India's total exports. And this number also has been growing at nearly 20% over the last few years. Now, the world also requires more food. You know, by 2050, the grains need to be taken from about 2 billion tons to nearly 3 billion tons. The meat needs to be taken from about 270 million tons to 500 million tons. So that's the kind of an estimate that the FAO had put together as to what the world will need. At the same time, world is also exhausting water resources. There is the issue of climate change. So therefore, world requires this expansion of food production in a sustainable manner. So that sustainable intensification of agriculture can happen in India because there's a lot of headroom for raising our productivity through sustainable means, and therefore India could also be servicing the global markets, as is already evidenced with some amount of number that I mentioned earlier. So that creates the fifth driver for this next wave of opportunity. So when you think of wave, the first thing that comes to the mind is the Shakespearean word on the tide. Some of you would be familiar with that there is a tide in the affairs of men, also women. Men was said metaphorically, which taken at the flood leads to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat. So I think 5 drivers are good enough to support that. We are now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves or lose our ventures. So I believe we have crossed the difficult period in this transition as India is moving towards from era of food shortages to an era of serving the Indian and global consumer needs, appropriately fused and interlinked through agribusiness and food processing sectors. I think such a wave is now ahead of us, and I think the design of the event is done in such a manner that we will look at the highlights of this kind of possibilities and what are the issues involved, what are the challenges, and then how do we pursue it. So I hope everyone takes full use of the opportunities to interact across all the 5 parts of the event. We have a conference where we are sitting now. We're going to inaugurate the exhibition shortly after this inaugural session. Then we also have the CEO conclave in the evening and the awards night, which recognizes some of these best practices, and there are also B2B meetings that are happening. Those who already registered obviously will meet up with the counterparts in space set aside, and those who have not, still there's an opportunity to register with available spaces. I think all these 5 together will make the visualization of this wave very much possible, and wishing everybody the very best. I take it here. Thank you.